Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy and welcome to the first of the video series about using Camtasia for teachers. To start out, I want to say that this video series will not be going over the basics of using Camtasia, as Camtasia themselves have made extremely good video tutorials already. I'll post all the links of the useful tutorials in the description of this video, as well as in the Moodle or learning management software system for you to refer to. In this series, we're going to be talking about why we as educators, teachers, and tutors should be using Camtasia, why we would want to use it, when we can use it, and all the best practices for editing and recording. In fact, I'll be recording these videos in a bunch of different ways so you can see all the different options you have for editing and recording starting out. So let's get to it. In this video, we will talk about the whys. The two main reasons we want to use Camtasia is 1, to flip classrooms, and 2, to provide additional material. So let's talk about flipping classrooms. When we flip a classroom, we're transforming our lectures into videos, which allows us to have our students watch the videos as homework before class and spend our precious classroom time doing homework together as a class, getting them the feedback when they need it. It also opens up a lot more time to answer our questions, whereas before you might have been running low on time. But what about the questions students may have about lectures while they're watching the video? Here, the students have the options. They can make a quick note and then come back to class and ask us at the start. Or they can just post a question to the YouTube comment section as a comment where we can answer it, and all the other students from any and every semester can view the answers and learn more themselves. Students can also watch, pause, replay, and most importantly, they can use closed captions with our videos as many times as they need. The students will have the ability to go back and re-watch our videos before class, after class, next week, the week after, anytime this month, the rest of the semester, next semester, anytime in the future. Let's tackle some common questions and concerns I hear about flipping classrooms. The first is, do I need to flip all my lessons? Well, no, you don't need to flip all your lessons at once. In fact, some lessons may be better how you have them already, especially practice and group work oriented lesson plans. Camtasia allows us to remove any lessons that would be dominated by lecture time. The second concern is that many feel put off or nervous about making a video because they've seen very heavily edited and well-funded videos, such as maybe the videos from Crash Course or Kyrgyzstan.
Humans are apes with smartphones, living on a tiny moist rock which is speeding around a burning sphere 1,000,000 times bigger than itself. But our star is only one in billions in the Milky Way.
The good news is, professional video makers have often said that over-editing creates a distance between the creator and the viewer. Let's take an example. Look at Khan Academy and how that started. It was the lowest possible editing quality ever, but people felt a very real relationship with Khan as he helped them learn math. We're making videos for our students, who know us as a very real, imperfect person. Let your videos focus on the content, and keep the editing and fanciness to a minimum. It's not only just to keep the real feel and look genuine, but more importantly, not to overshadow the content. Everything should be done to assist in the intake of the information, which means that when it comes to editing, less is almost always more. There's some principles that we'll go over in the how video. Use this to your advantage as you start out. The third concern is that we just don't have enough time to make the videos to flip all of our lessons. Although I know just how busy you are, if you can make time just to flip one lecture during the summer or winter break, if you have 10 lessons that are dominated by lecture, you can flip all of them within 2 to 3 years. And that's perfectly fine. No one's in a rush. You're in this job for a long time, don't rush it, and as time goes on, you'll get better and faster at making these videos. The last main concern that I typically hear is that many of us educators don't feel comfortable being on camera. Regardless of how well we perform in front of a large group of people, luckily, we don't need to be on camera all the time. In fact, we shouldn't be on camera all the time. Think back to Khan Academy. He never recorded himself. I, myself, only recorded my screen when I tutored people learning Thai, as you can see on the screen now. A good practice for recording yourself is putting yourself on camera when transitioning to a new topic or section, or when there is no important visual information on the screen, or when you want to use emotional hand, face, and body gestures to help emphasize an important point. Looking at this example video from Crash Course's YouTube channel, we can see that we can put ourselves onto the screen as we transition from one graphic to another, or when we have no graphic for what we are talking about. By swapping back and forth from graphic to us, it also helps keep the attention of our viewer due to the radical changes happening on the screen. Using this technique also helps retain that personal touch to your video, even as you continue to get better at making graphics. It also helps keep your time on screen to a minimum, which is good for content creators, but is also good for keeping the focus on the content itself. You can also do this by recording with two cameras at once and swapping back and forth every 4 to 5 seconds. Or you can use one camera and during the editing process, zoom in and out in different ways. Again, every 5 to 6 seconds. But as we get into the how, you'll also find out that recording us for the majority of our videos isn't the way we should go. But it is an option, and don't let that stop you. Once you move a lecture into a video, you can continue to add more information to it as time goes on, as we answer more questions from our students. You don't have to view them as a static piece of information, nor do you have to start over again when you want to add more information to it later down the line. Another benefit to flipping classrooms and doing homework in class is that it will save us a lot of time, valuable time, off the clock, where we would have been grading that homework. So the time you spend creating this wonderful content is really an investment into your own time in the future.